The evening before my wedding was supposed to be the happiest night of my life, a celebration marking the end of a long road filled with anticipation, dreams, and tireless planning. Every detail had been considered, every loose end tied. I had poured my heart into creating the perfect beginning to a new chapter. And I believed, with everything in me, that I was about to marry the woman who was my world. Someone I had loved deeply for years, someone I imagined growing old with. That night, everything felt aligned. Friends and family had traveled in from far and wide, the rehearsal dinner had gone off without a hitch, and the venue was prepped for a flawless morning. I was staying at a close friend's house, surrounded by my groomsmen, nerves buzzing in my chest, yet overwhelmed with happiness. It was all becoming real. My forever was just a few hours away. But at 10 p.m., my phone lit up with a message that would tear that reality apart. The number was unfamiliar. At first, I assumed it was someone double-checking plans or offering congratulations. But what I read stopped my breath cold. "Your fiancé is at Pulse Club. You deserve to know." I stared at the words, disbelieving. Was it a sick joke? A mistake? Part of me wanted to laugh it off. But a darker part, the one we so often try to silence, whispered that I couldn't ignore this. Against every instinct screaming for me to let it go, to not ruin the night before the biggest day of my life, I grabbed my keys and drove across town. The closer I got, the heavier my chest felt. Pulse Club's neon glow shimmered ahead, cutting through the night like a warning sign. I wasn't supposed to be here, not like this, not questioning her, not doubting the woman I was about to marry. But something inside told me I needed to see for myself. Inside the club was chaos. Lights strobed, bass thumped, people swayed in a sea of movement and sound. I weaved through the crowd, heart pounding so hard it hurt, eyes scanning faces. And then I saw her. She was in the center of the floor, laughing, glowing, as she danced with another man. Their bodies moved close, his hand resting on her waist, his lips brushing near her ear. She smiled at him like he was the only person in the world. She looked free, unburdened, like she belonged there, with him. For a split second, I felt like I was staring at a stranger. My fiancée, the woman I was supposed to pledge my life to in a matter of hours, was someone I suddenly didn't recognize. I pushed through the last of the crowd and stepped toward them. She noticed me first. Her body tensed, the color drained from her face. The man looked at her in confusion, then turned to me. "What's going on?" I asked, my voice trembling with fury I could barely contain. She stepped back, panic flaring in her eyes. "I'm sorry, this isn't what it looks like," she said quickly, reaching out toward me. The man slipped away into the crowd, leaving us there in the swirl of noise and lights. I didn't move. She tried to pull me aside, but I yanked my arm away. "Explain," I demanded, my voice low and sharp with disbelief. She was shaking now, her gaze darting anywhere but at me. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she whispered. "It's not what you think." But the images burned in my mind. The way she smiled with him. The way their bodies moved in sync. I had seen enough. "I saw you," I snapped. "The way you were with him, like you were more than friends." Tears filled her eyes. She finally looked up at me, her expression crumbling. "I was going to tell you," she said. Her voice cracked with guilt. "I thought I could wait until after the wedding. I don't know why I did it. I'm so sorry." Her words hit like a punch to the gut. I staggered back, the betrayal setting fire to everything I thought we had. This was the woman I was hours away from marrying, the woman who had just admitted to lying, to hiding something she planned to bury after saying, "I do." I turned and walked out. She chased after me, her voice lost in the noise of the club. "Please don't go. I love you. It was a mistake." But I couldn't turn back. I couldn't even think. I drove away in a daze, back to my friend's house, numb and shattered. My phone buzzed nonstop, her name flashing again and again, but I couldn't bring myself to answer. What was there to say? The woman I thought I knew no longer existed. Morning came like a cruel joke. My wedding day, the day that was supposed to be the beginning of forever, had become something I couldn't bear to face. I made the only choice I could. I called everything off. When I told her, she broke. I watched as her face crumpled under the weight of her own regret. "Please don't do this," she sobbed. "I'll fix it. I'll go to therapy. I'll do anything. Just don't leave. I can't lose you." But it was already lost. The trust, the foundation, the belief in us, it was gone. And in its place was a silence I didn't know how to fill. I walked away that day from the woman I had once imagined everything with. It was the hardest decision I've ever made. But staying, pretending, building a future on fractured truth, that would have broken me more. Months have passed since that night, and still she reaches out. Her messages come like echoes from a life that could have been, filled with apologies and longing. But the damage was too deep. Something inside me changed the night I saw her in that club, something I don't think can be undone. She will always be the woman who broke my heart the night before our wedding. And I will always be the man who learned too late that love without trust is just a beautiful lie waiting to fall apart.